All right. Welcome back, everybody. We are on our second part of Sandustry for the map Oasis. We got started a little bit. All right. And welcome back. Got to deal with all the infinite everything processing stuff, so yeah, we're going to have to get into that. Okay. I think, from what it seems like, I think this might be infinite water. But I'm not entirely sure. Because it sure doesn't seem to be going down a whole lot. So I'm pretty sure it is. Currently got our sand coming through. We've got our burning. We've got this guy going. We've got our, what was this thing called again? Kinetic slag press. We've got that going. We got a spore washer. We've got a second spore washer, just in case. We've got flowers. We've got red sand. And we've got this guy. I'm thinking what I might do, because I mean, once I've got everything purchased, there's really not a lot left to get. Yeah, see? So I think what I'm going to do is all of the gold, I'm just going to dump it in the trash. I don't have any use for it. So I think what I'm going to do is take this, so I'm going to block gold. And gold is going to come all the way down here. And this is going to allow gold. Block gold. There. Don't suppose I'm going to need much more past that. Ooh, actually, you know what? We'll just do this. To this guy. Like so. There. Okay, so that'll go that way. We're gonna have... I think once everything processes through the first go around, we're gonna have all the this stuff, all the sand will come through here. And then red sand will go on the right side. That's my thought anyway. Oh. So my toe hurts today. I went in and I was trying to move something, and I had stuff in my hands, and so I used my foot, and I was gonna push aside like the laundry basket in my daughter's room so I could do something. And in the process of trying to push the laundry basket, I smashed my I smashed my toe. Not my big toe, but the next toe, the one next to the big toe. And it hey DK. Just going on about my injured toe. But yeah, I smashed my toe into the bedpost in my daughter's room trying to move something. And at first I was like, oh man, that kind of hurt. And then it started to bruise, and so now I've got like, I don't know, it's like sprained, not sprained, but like, oh, what's the one? You know, like when you twist your ankle really bad and it swells up and then it gets, like you get a bruise sometimes? It's like that, but it's on my toe. And it's uncomfortable. Other than that, today's been pretty good. Yeah, no, stuff. At least her bedpost is not square or like sharp. I don't have to worry about like cutting my toe open or something crazy. You know, I bet a stubbed toe would make a great insult. You're like, I hope you stub your toe. Like a non-cursing insult. I bet that would be great. I have to figure out how I would use that. Gotta clear out all this red sand. I'll probably end up rebuilding parts. Like get the sand. I'll have the sand come down this way. I'll just have it dump right in here, and then the processed wet sand can go back up or something. Or I'll process the wet sand and it'll all like spill down into here to process. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I don't have to worry too much about stubbing my toe on my desk, which is nice. I mean, I don't know how big your desk is or small or etc. You know what, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow after church, I'll get on and I'll see if I can figure out or learn how to put like a chat box on screen so that for the people who watch this afterwards, they can actually see what it is I'm responding to. Maybe that'll be helpful. Oh, it's just a cat. Just hearing some weird noise. It's like a crinkly sound. Just a cat playing with one of his toys. Kept missing that little pixel. Huh. Well, that sounds like an interesting desk setup. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind a nice, like a big hefty desk, if I had space for it. Oh yeah, no. If you have a part of the desk that can move, especially if it folds in any way, yeah, I could definitely see that being a toe danger. Like unintentional toe chopping. Definitely sounds dangerous. Kind of makes me think of those, oh, what is it called? I think it's just called a breadboard, where you have like a little board that slides out in your cupboards, or your, yeah, cupboards. Or is it cabinets? Cabinets are the top one, aren't they? Cupboards are the bottom one. But that way you can cut the bread and use it for prepping surfaces without it taking up more space. But it almost gives you like a little mini island attachment to your counters. Kind of makes me think of that with your desk layout, only, you know, bigger. So, I don't know if it was just because it's the weekend or what, but when I went on my walk today, going out and about town, there were tons of anti-cop and like ICE and anti-Trump. There's just a ton of like little posters and signs and all sorts of stuff. There's even a bunch of communist stuff posted on some of the boards. And it makes me sad. There's also a whole bunch of posters for like some hookup app or something. And I'm talking it was even worse than Vegas. It was a poster on every single like light pole, every single board, almost any surface that could handle a regular sized sheet of paper. Almost every surface had this ad for some adult hookup app or something, or it was ugh. it made me angry. But I got a lot of satisfaction tearing all that stuff down. Because one... Oh, I thought I switched weapons. I guess not. One, they're not supposed to be up. Because there's specific spots for, like, community announcement stuff. And they weren't community announcement stuff. And two, there's a spot for the things to get put up. And they're not supposed to be up on the like the light poles and stuff. They're supposed. So yeah, I took great satisfaction in taking it all down today. Get rid of all the communist and fascist stuff that people are putting up, all the anti-law enforcement stuff. It kind of gave me a little bit of joy, but it also made me a little sad that so many people... Well, I guess it's probably not that many people, but enough people in this area don't appreciate the freedoms that they have, and they want to try to blame everybody else for their problems. Makes me sad and frustrated, but it also made me happy to tear everything down. I left all the stuff that was actually where it belonged and was actually a community thing. It's like, hey, we're doing... Even if I don't necessarily agree politically. Yeah, if it's like a, hey, we're going to have this thing, it's at this time, here's what's going on. Like, that's fine. That's what's supposed to be up on the boards. That's what the boards are for. But if it's just stuff promoting people breaking the law, or promoting like an ideology that kills millions of people, nah, I don't want that up on my boards. I don't think that should be in the community. There's children around here. They don't need to know that stuff. They just need to know it's not good. I don't know, that makes me sound like a crazy boomer or something. Good morning, NG. Well, hopefully when you bumped it off the rails, there was nothing important that got messed up on it. I feel bad. That's frustrating too, when you're getting stuff all set up, and then all of a sudden you do something and it knocks it off, and you're like, oh, that worked. Pretty much summertime now. Just means it's gonna be really hot now. I actually had to take a break, I think yesterday, because when I do my walks, now that it's starting to get hot out, yeah, that probably gave you a bit of a start, I would imagine. Putting your feet up on your desk, and then all of a sudden your desk piece collapses under you. I know my first thought would be like, oh man, I'm probably about to get hurt. Yeah, with it being summer now, pretty much starts getting toasty out. So yeah, anyway, yeah, I I had to take a break from doing my walks because I was going to start getting a sunburn. So I had to give my skin a little bit of time to adjust so I wasn't going to get a bad sunburn going out. Which I know I would have. I mean, I lucked out, I suppose. I did get a little more of that kind of Mediterranean, Italian, like, I did get a little more of that bloodline in me, so I tan really nicely, which is hilarious because I have one of the biggest farmer tans, so the spot where my watch sits when I go out, the spot where my watch sits is completely white almost, and everything else is now like a caramel colored. I feel like there was something I was going to tell you guys, and now I don't remember what it was. That's going to bug me. Oh, there we go. It bugs me getting those random stray little pixels. Oh, I wish I'd have known that was there before. Oh well, I'll make use of it. I ended up not taking advantage of the Steam spring sale. I mean, pretty much everything was on sale, and I thought about a couple of the games that were on my wish list. I thought about getting them, but I ended up not. Yep, larger grabber incoming. That is correct, DK. I don't know how much larger, but larger. In fact, because we got enough for one right now. That's okay. I could probably go up and break the flux site that I've got up there building up. Oh, there's another square. Cole LLC. I have not. And unfortunately, I don't have enough know-how just yet to be able to switch back and forth on screens without giving away desktops and like personal information, sort of a concern. So I'll have to look that up when I get a chance. In fact, let me put that in my phone. Where is it? There it is. There. Okay. There. Now I've got that with the movie suggestion, that Tomorrow War. That way I don't forget, and at some point I can make sure I look it up. Oh, there we go. It sounds like an idle game or a clicker game ish. Unless it's that one that I saw somebody playing where it's like a mining sim sort of thing where it's, I mean, it almost feels like Hydroneer or something. I still need to play more of that too. Never did play very much of that. I got it. I just didn't play much. Is it the... Maybe... Is it... You know what? It's gonna bug me now. I'm gonna have to look it up real quick. Let's see. Alright. Cole LLC game. Let's see if it's the one I think it is. Yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I have seen that one. I don't remember if I don't know if I've wishlisted that or not. I think I have another game that's similar to that. More so yeah, it's more of an incremental game, not a clicker game. I mean, I guess it's kind of a clicker game. Yeah, it's one of those incremental games. Those are pretty fun. You know, play through it and then you get stronger and stronger stuff. Yeah, no, if you want to see, I would have to play more, but I think I did either 2 or 3 episodes was all. And honestly, I don't think they came out very well, but I do have them. So it is a game that I have, I just haven't played very much of it. I remember if it was, because it was back when I was doing like every other week sort of a thing, where I would do Sandustry one week and then I would have to take my time, edit down a video and do all that kind of stuff, and then the next week I would play something else. Yeah, I think it's only 2 episodes. Might even only be 1 episode, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. But right now, however, my other game is Abiotic Factor. That's the other game I'm currently in the process of playing. And once that one's done, I have been putting it off because I want to be able to give genuine, like a real reaction to the game. But I think my next secondary game is probably going to be Doom: The Dark Ages. Ooh. But I could definitely add Hydroneer in on either the rotation, or that could be one of the games that I play at some point. Give that another try. I feel like I would have to do either a couple of playthroughs on it, or not playthroughs, but like a couple of sessions and kind of learn how things work. But I feel like if I played it for a while and kind of learned how it worked, it could be interesting, and I could probably enjoy it more. It probably would just require that I play it a little while. I don't know, maybe it would be an okay one to do a stream on, because then I could have you guys either helping me, or I could have someone to talk to, I guess. I don't know, maybe that would make it easier. Yeah, some games definitely feel like they would be better for streaming, where other games feel like they would be better for video. Huh? Oh, okay, I already got it. I didn't think I was gonna be able to get the thingamajig. I think the tricky part, the tricky part with some of those things is, oh, where was my train of thought going on that? No, I misspoke what I was trying to say. That's where I confused. I just absolutely confused myself just now. my brain was going on to like 3 different tangents there, and it started to all kind of glob them together. Anyway, what I was trying to say, and I think it's because it related to Hydroneer and just the way most of those factory style games are. And then I started to think about the way they progress, and then the stuff that unlocks. And then I started thinking about demos and how sometimes the demo of a game, it seems really simple, and then you get into the full-blown game and all of a sudden you start to progress, and the stuff that you learned in the demo does not help you at all in the full game. So it's either like a mechanic, or you get into all the really complicated, like practically programmer language type of stuff, like the redstone stuff in Minecraft. Something that guys who can do programming, the ones who know how all of the like the logic gates and like that kind of stuff, the guys who know how those work can do some crazy contraptions. the extent of my programming skills and or abilities is pretty much coming down to, can I copy paste something? Like, I understand how this stuff works a little bit, but yeah, building complicated redstone devices in Minecraft, or building automated, you know, this and that with computer programming stuff in some of the mods for things, that stuff starts to get crazy. So yeah, that would be the kind of stuff, if Hydroneer has stuff like that involved at all, which I don't think it does. But if a game has that kind of stuff, especially if, you know, you start to get a little bit later in the game and it's practically required to be able to either beat some of the levels or... Ooh. Oh man, big yawn. Yeah, it's morning for you, DK, but it's nighttime for me. So now I'm tired. But I mean, hey, the stream just started. Honestly, I don't know. Part of me would be like, oh, I think it'd be interesting, and it would possibly be fun. Maybe, like, not fun like, oh, I love doing this, but fun like interesting. Oh, I'm confused. Okay, I got. I was mixing you up with NG. I'm so used to half the people in here being from like Germany or something. NG's the one who's in the morning. But I think I was thinking that because I was talking. I'm practically talking to you here, buddy. And so I think my mind just was like, yeah, I'm talking to him. It hits. He said it. And then I had to look over at the screen. And I was like, go back up and look at it. Like, okay, yeah, it wasn't him that said it. I say I haven't heard much about it recently, but how's all the secession-ish stuff coming along? Last I had heard they did a petition. I don't know how it went. It's like Alberta, and I think Saskatchewan, and who else was it? There's a couple other provinces that were like, look, we want to get out of Canada. We want to make our own country. Yeah, you'll have to keep me. You'll have to keep me in the know on that. Let me know how that's going. mean, I don't know, obviously, if they will, but I do feel like if anything, it'll hopefully at least succeed in getting some of the rules, some of the different like legislations and things like that changed. Yeah, I mean, pretty much everything gets run by almost one city, but for sure at least one province. And everybody, I feel like BC, yeah, I feel like BC would, but more out of necessity than anything, because they'd be like, I mean, if half the country separates and the other half of the country's cut off from them, BC would be like, we'll just join these guys. Yeah. Yeah, like Alaska. They're kind of up there, hanging out, doing their own thing. All like 1,000 people that live there. It's crazy how big Alaska is. And then you're like, nobody lives there. Because then you realize how cold it gets in that upper like up. I don't know how much of Canada is, but I know at least some of Canada is up in the Arctic ring. Yeah, it's just so cold. Nobody wants to live there. And because there's so few people that live there, once you're effectively a resident, I forget how long you have to live there, but once you're a resident there, then you actually get a stipend for living there because there's so much oil that they use part of the proceeds of the oil stuff to just pay people to live there. But it's expensive as heck to get anything, but property is dirt cheap. Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember who it was, either Russia or maybe Canada, but I think I'm trying to remember who the US bought Alaska from. I want to say it was Canada. But there is the possibility that they got it from Russia. But it was a while ago. And I don't remember it now. And I really should look it up. See, it's the things like this when I'm talking to you guys and you guys bring up something, and then I'm going, oh, you know what? I didn't know that. I want to look into it and find out. I mean, if I had to guess, I would say Canada. And this is the kind of thing that ChatGPT and AI and stuff like that, this is the type of thing that it's good for. Because you can just get a quick answer to a question, and then you can look at the sources and be like, oh, hey. Yeah, so it was Russia. It's like I thought maybe it was Russia, but I was like, maybe it wasn't. And I was definitely second guessing myself. So I'm gonna take like a 20% on that. Maybe a 30%. Because I was close. But I wasn't sure, so I second guessed and I said Canada. But yeah, I remember. I just know it was one of the ones that I believe we bought as the U.S. Because there's a couple of territories and a couple of places that we bought off of other countries like that. Because I know, obviously, there's the Louisiana Purchase where we bought a big chunk of effectively the southern United States. Like a little bit of Texas, I think. And like no, not Texas. Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, and I think maybe a little bit of like Tennessee or something like that. There's kind of a chunk in there. We bought that from the French back when France actually was, you know, a force. 2 cents an acre. Can you imagine? Nowadays you get like hundreds of dollars a square foot, let alone pennies an acre. But I mean, hey, in the 1800s, $7 million is like the equivalent of $14 trillion today, probably. But yeah, they got the land up in Alaska because it was resource rich, and then it turns out Alaska has some of the biggest oil reserves, like Texas, in the world, pretty much. Well, hello, John 10. Good evening to you too. We're just talking about how the U.S. bought Alaska. And I was trying to guess and remember who it was. And I was saying Russia, and then I second guessed myself, and I was like, maybe it was Canada. So I said Canada. And then I was half wrong, half right, because it was Russia. That and earlier I was talking about how I stubbed my toe. But that's not nearly as interesting as buying property from Russia. Oh yeah. Like I said, this last week, it was the sad news. Chuck Norris died. And of course, because, you know, people can't accept America and Western values and all that kind of stuff. Bunch of people are like, oh, his movies were white power, colonial, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, shut up. Oops. That's because I got it blocked. I need to unblock my water. Okay, I got water. Hurry, dump it on here. That time it was me again, and I did the dumb. I blocked my water source. There we go. Back up and running. It will, and I might be able to do that for this one. The only reason I'm not doing it for this one here is because then it would let all the water out. And I want this to be a little water catch, so I'm just gonna do, oh. Just gonna do that. Oh. Although, I could probably do a thing of water. Ooh, maybe I could do it here, though. I definitely don't want to go in there. Oh, I shouldn't have done it here. And I'll just have to deal with an infinite... Ah, got it. Ha! That should be fine. That'll be good enough. Yeah, I just have to be careful where I end up with steam. Mostly just because if it ends up in the wrong spot, I end up getting stuff like that where I end up getting weird little... come on. Steam particles, and they can block up other things that are working. Oh, come on. Gotcha. Like here, the way the spores interact with the water, like just weird stuff like that'll end up happening if I'm not careful. Yeah, see here. I didn't aim it very well. And so because of that, it starts to blocks up the stuff processing the way it should. There we go. Good enough for now. I don't know where all that steam's coming from. Come on, Steam. Why are you here? I think I got it all. Let's go over here. There. That should be fine. Ooh, I wonder if the water can get thrown away. Yes, it can. Well, now I know. Ooh, speaking of steam. And I'll get to that stuff eventually. Wait, is this broken or is this... Okay, yeah, it's just the terrain. Ooh, actually, I have enough stuff for another upgrade, I think. Yeah. Not going to do a whole lot right now, but that's okay. It will eventually. Ooh, that might be too much. It's probably going to overload it, but we'll see in a second, right? I mean, if it does, it's okay. It'll just filter down and through here. Yep, see, there it goes. But a lot of it still managed to filter in. I guess I got too much. I pushed the slag up through. I wish the filters work both ways, up and down, or side to side. That'd be pretty handy. Okay, it's still moving. I was worried it wasn't working for a minute there. Do that. Filter this to allow. Oh yeah, you got your parts, huh? Gonna get that car fixed up? Or are you just gonna need more parts again? I'm trying to remember what was it that you were working on? I don't remember. But I do remember you were saying you were working on your car. It was giving you all that hassle. Escape, that's right. She's like, I don't remember everything right off the bat. I get context clues. Because now I remember I was talking about my mom's car and how it was a big car. And then you were talking about your car. And then I started talking about my car that needed like some of the stuff I either had to do or wanted to do to my car. And then you brought up how you were working on your car and it was giving you all those troubles. I was like, see, like I remember it. Not great, but I do remember it. But I had to get context. I needed that little spark to get it going. And then it all comes back to me. Well, it starts to come back to me anyway. Like I start picking up on the contexts and like, oh yeah, I said this and you said that. Well, I guess it's more like I talked about this, you talked about that. That's more what happens, but But yeah, I it's like I have all that memory stored, but my brain doesn't know how to use it all. And so it just kind of sits in the back memory, and then it takes something bringing the memory back to me for it to make any sense to me. Oh, completely random. I don't know if I already told you guys this. Oh, man. Oh, big yawn. Anyway, yeah. So I bought a thing of lemon juice. Just like a bottle of lemon juice. And now I just shake out and I put a little bit into my water bottle so I can have lemon water. I just thought of that right now because it's like I'm gonna take a drink. Wonder if I should just shift all of this over one and make another, like a third tunnel. Ooh. Oh, you mean like have like when it comes down, drop it on? Or you mean just have this come all the way over and then drop onto the first square? Because I'm pretty sure you're meaning that way. The second one. Come on. See, I can hit copy. I wonder if it's because there's something in there. No, I guess I just can't figure it out. I guess. Oh yeah, these guys here. how well that works. Let's say I could do this. I mean, I'm not super concerned about it because whether it lands here or it lands over here, it'll cycle back through if I need to. This is actually going pretty quick. Do this. See? Doesn't always like to copy when I grab it. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I mean, sometimes it helps if I actually grab the right thing, but... This one doesn't seem to be going quite as quickly as this one is going. Maybe the slag has a different gravity, different density, different whatever it's called. That. Let's try moving it back. Maybe it just needs to reset. Yeah, it might just be the slag. Well, it's worth a shot. But it doesn't seem to be working. There we go. Okay. I mean, this part seems okay. My water clogged up again. Yep. Make my grabber a bit bigger. See if I have enough. I don't think I have enough for another upgrade. With the main issue with the slag press is twofold. Either you run out of room below it when processing and everything kind of scrunches up and then it pushes up and through and it clogs it, and once it clogs it can't run. Or you have too much coming down too quickly and then it can't process because the pixels hit each other inside, and so it loses the momentum, which also then makes it clog up. But so far, because I've given it plenty of room and I've got the filter on there which forces it to slow down enough, it's making it work. I wish I could say it was my idea, but it's not. I got that from... I don't remember who it was exactly. I just remember I got it from... Oh, come on. Give me the red sand. I saw it on somebody else's build, and I was like, oh, that's genius. Yeah, pretty much now that's how I do my slag presses. I wonder. I don't know. I mean, I guess that kind of works. Because the red sand will pile, and so it'll go and meet in the middle. It's a little slow, I suppose, but it works. And this way, neither one of them will like back up this way or back up that way. So eventually, as long as I've got red sand going, it'll be fine, right? I feel like I should just take a nap. Ooh. Be one of those guys who's like, I'm gonna go do something and then just like leave the stream for half an hour. And then people watch it. I'm like, who would watch that? I mean, I would get bored and I would be the one doing it. Like, why would anybody watch that? I feel like there was a thing, I don't know when, but I feel like there was a thing where Twitch or somebody, maybe it was YouTube? I feel like it was Twitch. They were like, no, you can't stream like that. And so there were some people who were doing that where they would stream, but they would stream themselves sleeping. Or like if they were doing some big long, like, 20-hour charity stream or something. When they were getting towards the end of their stream, they were all getting tired, so they'd start drifting and falling asleep. And then like Twitch was banning people or shutting down their accounts or something. It's like I don't get it. It seems weird to me. But I mean, if people can stream and call themselves, I don't know, like philosophy or entertainment streamers or something, but it's just girls in a bikini in like a hot tub, I'm like, that's not a in real life advice, whatever. I don't know, what are there's gaming, and then there's like chatting, and I forget what the other ones are, but the what is it, the categories for streaming? Yeah, too many people mislabel their streams as something else. It's like, that's not what that is. Sometimes it's a fair, legitimate mistake, like somebody who is playing a game and it has it listed as gaming, and then when they're done with their game, they start talking politics or something, but it doesn't update. It's like that's understandable. How much is the next upgrade? Ooh, 6,200. I'll get that. Why not? I'll get that. I never use the drones, so I don't think I'm going to worry too much about upgrading those drones. I feel like multi-grabbing would be useful and terrible at the same time. There we go. Okay. Well, hopefully. I mean, I know my microphone's sensitive, but hopefully it picks that yawn up as just background noise. Cuts it out. Purple bananas. Okay. I mean, honestly, I think at this point it's mostly just this stuff has to process. Took a little thing of some sort of treat, snack, like protein something or other, and I hid it. That way my kids can't get to it. They were on clearance. They were a markdown item in the like second chance bin or whatever they call those things. Yeah, the clearance. So there's like $3 for a, I don't know, it's like 8-pack or 12-pack of these little, they're kind of like little mini protein snack thingies. Let's see if they're any good. Eh. They're not bad. It's supposed to be s'mores flavored, but it's hard to make s'mores flavored a protein bar. Now, eventually, there's a good shot I might have the red sand like come up, and then the red sand will just come straight up and dump into here, and this stuff here will just go up onto the top filter, and it'll drop down in, and anything that's not wet spores will just drop down through sooner. Like it'll drop here instead of dropping way over here. Because right now, anything that's not void bloom, anything that's not that, when it gets to the very end, if it's still there somehow and it drops down here, it'll hit this and go through that way. They're trying to grab it. Apparently it's technically underground, so that's a pain in the butt. Alright. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking what I might end up doing is taking this and the washing. I might just have the sand drop through. And then as it goes up here, it'll drop down a few layers and that'll wash. And then here, it'll just like zigzag all the way down. So that at the bottom you get the spores and the gold and all that stuff. And then once that's ready, it can just go all the way back up. Don't know where. Maybe I'd place it over here. It's like shift all of this. Ooh, another big yawn. Like shift all of this over this way. And then this whole middle chunk area can all be just for the Amethyst. And then this area over here could be just red sand or Amethyst mixing or, you know, that sort of thing. It'll just be over on this side. I'm going to throw my wrapper away before I forget, because I will forget and then it'll be dark. Plus, I need to get up and I need to move because I can feel myself starting to get tired, and if I don't stand up and move around for a minute, I'm going to start doing the thing where I start drifting, and when I start drifting off, I'm going to start saying nonsense because it'll make sense in my brain, but my brain is half asleep. So, give me like, I don't know, 10 seconds, 30 seconds. I'm going to get up and walk around for a second. Maybe I'll, I think I'm okay on water. But I'm going to go throw my wrapper away and get myself up and moving so I don't fall asleep too fast. So I'll be back in a second. I'll let you guys watch the petals burn. Ooh, let's do, there we go. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Oh, that's good. Ooh, peanut butter would be tasty. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Maybe I should make. Oop, wrong button. Oop. Okay. Go get me some more cinder. go ahead and grab the biggest grabber. Oh, itchy. Oh, the side of my nose was all itchy there. Oh, got it. Nice. It worked out that time. Usually those don't like to grab them when I say to grab them. I got it all. Okay, let's get a couple more. These guys. There. Now, if I manage to get stuff all the way over here, it'll still be able to get on fire. Gonna manually mix these guys for a minute. So I've been watching Neebs Gaming. I've been watching them play the it's like gas station simulator, but you're aliens. I've been watching them play that. It's been pretty funny. That's the type of game that I feel like I could enjoy it, but I would have to have somebody to play with. Kind of like Escape the Backrooms. I own it. I just want to play it with somebody. Because I feel like it would be a fun game. Ooh, I think I have enough for the next upgrade. Yes. Ha, nice. Let's see. Yeah, other than drones, and obviously the maximum size, other than that, everything's pretty good. Might be too close to the top. Yeah, I think it's a little too close. Yeah, no, it's definitely too close. Okay, let's see if maybe that will... Wait, where'd it go? Did it get sucked up in here? There we go. Man, I keep hitting the 0 button instead of the 9. Woo! I can feel myself trying to sleep. So tired. Nice. It's working. Except the occasional guy that slips through. Now, what to do next? Because I mean, I could work on rearranging stuff, maybe giving it a new layout. It takes some suggestions, perhaps. Other than that, I mean, ugh, map that has everything that's infinite, so I don't need to worry too much about having enough water, having enough sand or redstone or so red sand, that sort of thing. So what is going to be the end goal? Yeah, I mean, I guess first I have to let all this red sand get through. Maybe I need to unblock. Yeah, maybe not. That's a lot of Anathelus. Ugh. Yeah. Not asleep, but I can definitely feel like my body wants to. I'm just wondering if I should switch out this guy. Maybe I'll do that for now. Give me something to do. This should work on the pedals. Oh, I almost hit delete. Just realized my head's in the flowers. I just need somebody to like sit here, and if I start drifting off, just slap me in the face. Like, wake up! No sleeping right now. Don't worry, guys. I didn't fall asleep. I want to, though. I have to let more sand through because I need more wet sand. Whoops. Ooh, the word is gonna hit that little pixel. Yeah, sometimes this game is it's just too relaxing, too soothing. The sounds, unless I'm doing this. wrong button. Oh, it got it. Okay. See, I hit the right button, and then I still proceeded to hit the wrong button anyway. I swear I cannot hit the right button when I'm trying to switch to just the gun. Okay, I was getting there. You know, part of me wonders if because this is infinite anyway, since I have that deleting space, that trash space over there, I wonder if I should just dump everything into that. Just hurry and delete everything so it's all out of the board, basically. Or no, not out of the board, off the board. And then I can just start fresh. Just have everything deleted, have the map clear, and then I can just figure out how I want to run everything. But if I do that, although proof of concept, maybe I'll have to rebuild or build it on certain spots or something. Be like, have a little test setup where I've got a thing here and be like, oh, I can process a certain amount and it'll handle it. I think lava is the only thing that isn't infinite. Yeah. I mean, if anything happens to get onto this conveyor belt, it can go through and process. But for the most part, it's all just gonna go in here. Just gonna trash it. Ugh. Okay. Well, before I completely just collapse and fall asleep in the middle of a stream and turn into one of those people, I think I'm gonna have to end it here. So, I don't think I have enough of. Yeah, I need like double what I've got almost. So, I think we've got the plan. We're gonna get rid of a bunch of stuff, just throw it away, trash it, set up a factory, more precisely, maybe. You guys can help me build it. You can give me different styles that I can look up or something in the meantime. So you can always, do a comment on the video or something and be like, hey, use this one. And if you have either not a link, but like if you have where you found it, if it's on like the Discord or it's like, oh, this so and so's channel or whatever, you can tell me. But I guess until then, hopefully if you guys have enjoyed it, you're welcome to hit the like and do the subscribe and all that kind of stuff if you want to see more. Because, I mean, if you're here regular like some of you guys are, I do this on Saturdays. We do Sandustry. Tomorrow I'm doing Abiotic Factor. So if you want to come hang out with me with that while I play Abiotic Factor, you are absolutely welcome. Otherwise, until next time, have fun, and I will see you guys next weekend.